17 gun firms are fleeing to friendlier states. Now that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. By the way, Tennessee is getting a name of a place to go and, find shelter in the storm. Except it's the place to go for those progressives that are trying to get out of California and I don't think have learned their lesson as the place they want to go. I wouldn't count on Tennessee. I also wouldn't count on Florida. Florida is Florida only because it has Ron DeSantis,
who won the election by 0.4%.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a lock.
And he's only allowed 2 terms.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 terms, you could get, Charlie Crist, which, hey, there's protection for you.
One thing we can guarantee, he will be running again because he runs in every available election.
He does. So, I was thinking, because I talked to Ron on Wednesday, and I said to him, so you only have 2 terms. Yeah. Have you thought about, after your second term, moving to Texas and running for governor in Texas? And you could just keep doing 2 terms in all of the states until they're fixed. He said don't count on it, but he would entertain it. So we got that going for us.
I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. He's been awesome.
So
he really is.
Free agent governors?
Awesome. Yeah.
Like in sports?
I'd be okay with it.
You're signing
I'm okay with it. Yes.
That would be an interesting process.
Sign into some fat contract and have him do it again here. That'd be great.
A 4-year, $82 million contract to come be governor of Texas?
Yes.
Texas is drafting Ron DeSantis. That would be fine.
Except by then he'll be president of the United States.
You think so?
Yeah, it's possible. I think it's really possible. If Trump doesn't run, I think it's going to be DeSantis.
A chance
that he doesn't run?
He doesn't run.
Yeah.
And you don't have that confirmed, but because you did just meet with the guy. So
yeah,
are we revealing some news here? Or are you breaking his announcement?
Well, my producer was there on the side of the interview, Ricky, and she looks at me towards the end and she's like, follow up. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, is this part of the Hall of Fame induction process?
It is.
When you just miss cues like this?
Yeah. And I listened back to it, and I didn't miss it. I don't interpret it the same way. However, you could interpret it as absolutely he's saying he's going to run. Because he says towards the end of the interview, he says clearly, well, we're going to take care of that. I'll just take care of that next time.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And plus, he said, I think you're going to be happy. To people who are fans of his and who want him to run. And he keeps telling those people who interview him, and I think you're going to be happy about my choice. Well,
he's running.
What does that mean?
He's running. He's running. There's no doubt. And he's not running. This was surprising to me in some regard, because I thought there's no way Donald Trump is going to leave with an L in the column. No way. He's going to come back.
Yeah.
However, that's not it. I really was impressed on he loves the people who voted for him.
Yeah. He loves his country. I believe
he loves the country.
He loves this nation.
He really feels he can fix it.
And he sees the destruction being done by this administration.
Yeah. So I think that is... I think that's really good. By the way, can I play cut 9? This is from the interview. You can find it on the Blaze right now. I think maybe this weekend. Maybe it's going up on YouTube. I'm not sure. But here's Ron DeSantis talking about his Stop Woke Act. Listen to this. Cut 9. Or is this from yesterday?
We just did an event today rolling out a new piece of legislation called the Stop Woke Act. Right. And what we're doing is we already had our State Department of Education prohibit critical race theory in our K through 12 schools. But I think we've seen that sometimes schools will do what they want. So we're giving parents a private right of action where they could go in and sue if this is happening, get discovery and get attorney's fees. And the parents are really happy about that and really excited that they have a role again in Florida. We have a Parents' Bill of Rights. We were one of the first states to pass it to where we say parents have the primary obligation and responsibility for the health, education, and upbringing of their kids. It's interesting. In that Virginia governor's race, you had the Democrats say parents shouldn't really have a role in what goes on in school. People said that was a mistake, but I was actually evincing what they actually believe. The left believes that this is the province of unions and bureaucracies, and that parents are really a sideshow in all of this. And I think that view has been totally exploded now. And so parents are on the march. And I think that that's something very, very positive. You know, Glenn, people will talk about, hey, win the Congress back, win this. And I think all those are important. But if I could have one thing politically, one political wish granted, I would want conservative majorities on every school board in the country. That would have a profound positive impact on our education system, our society, and on our culture.
I really like him because he has the Donald Trump attitude where he'll go in front of Brandon car dealership in Brandon, Florida, and then just give a speech. I kind of appreciate that. But he's also very reasoned and very well thought out. Very well thought out. But he's not going to run. I think he's going to run for governor. Trump is going to run for president, and then you'll see him again in 28.
It's been kind of interesting. There's a little...
You're thinking VP for Ron?
Nope, don't think he'll take it.
You don't think he'll take it?
Don't think he'd take it. I don't know if it would be offered, but I don't think he would want it.
Well, we don't think he's going back to Pence, right?
No.
So where is he going there?
Done.
Yeah, it does seem like they're done.
And I think Trump is a little upset with DeSantis because DeSantis hasn't said he won't run yet. And he doesn't want to close that door before he knows what Trump is going to do.
Yeah, right. I think if Trump doesn't run...
He'll run.
He'll run.
If Trump does run, I don't think DeSantis will.
I agree with that.
There's some reporting that basically all of the major rumored candidates have gone to Donald Trump and said, if you run, I'm not going to run. Including DeSantis. However, DeSantis was the one guy who was not saying it publicly. Where these other candidates are like, look, if Donald Trump runs, then I won't be running, or at least are insinuating.
And DeSantis has not yet said that.
DeSantis has not said that.
And I think that would be foolish if Donald Trump is running. Donald Trump will. I mean, he'll crushes win. Everyone. Yeah. Crushes everyone, and he not only will win, he'll
destroy you so that
we have nothing left. That's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good. Mm-hmm. We need people like DeSantis because Trump only has 4 years, and I talked about this. My interview with Donald Trump is happening when we get back in January, first week of January. You don't want to miss it. But I talked to him about what needs to be done. And I said, let me just give you a list of the agencies that need to be cleaned out. I mean, fire everybody. And it's almost every agency. And I said, how are you going to do that in 4 years? He said, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. He says it's just going to take focus and just courage to just keep on going.
Big time courage.
Big time courage.
Because you're going to get such pushback
from all sides.
From everybody.
From all sides.
Yeah.
And he said that's why 2022 is so important, because he needs people who know it's time to abolish. Because I asked him, is it time to abolish the Department of Ed? And I think you'll like his answer. But it's going to take, I said, how are you going to do this if you have Mitch McConnell? And that was the wrong thing to say, because he went off on Mitch McConnell.
I bet he did.
Yeah,
Mitch
McConnell does not like Mitch McConnell.
I don't either.
I don't either.
We never have. I mean, we tried to get him beaten by Matt Bevin years ago, if you remember correctly. What was that, 2010?
Yeah.
In Kentucky, and couldn't quite get it done, but would have been great.
Yeah, Bevin, of course, went on to be governor of the state and then lost in a very close election. I wonder how Kentucky feels about that since.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't think very
Imagine
good.
having Bevin as the governor of how different things would be in Kentucky.
Especially through COVID. I mean, to have a Democrat governor through that in that type of state, which is clearly a red state, that was rough on those people.